Episode 62 of the Pursuit of Sound podcast with Tank this time, sponsored by, yes, Zest Vodka. Pick Zest up in your local liquor store in Charleston, South Carolina. Southeast, yeah. Best flavored vodka in the Southeast, if you ask me. All natural ingredients. But today, I got Tank in to talk about ticket scalping. We brought this up at a birthday party recently, and how big of a deal it is. The most recent sort of issue I think we've had was with trying to buy tickets for Seven Stars Festival, hosted by Grizz, his big comeback show that is going down in Virginia. Mm-hmm. And Lord knows, me and all of our friends, we went to go on the list, and it's just the same old story about ticket scalping. You can't get a ticket at the regular price anymore. Just like, no matter, like, if it's a big artist coming to town, tickets are being scalped and resold for an absorbent price. And
as soon as it drops, it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. And like, the thing is that,
or the resales are so high.
Kid Rock recently brought this to attention with Donald Trump on the news to try to, they put forth what was it called? An
executive order?
An executive order.
Executive order.
Which isn't like an actual law. Donald Trump was signing an executive order to help deter against this ticket scalping issue. And an executive order is basically like a suggestion. You don't have to follow it. All these ticket resale things boil down to a state level, from what I just researched and everything. And it's a big problem, man. We still can't get it solved.
Yeah. It's like opening a can of worms. Well, because then you also have to, like, remember, we look back, or I definitely look back and then read the whole, like I said, 128-page affidavit of, the United States versus Live Nation. And it was, pretty scary to see that this company has such a stronghold and has its hand on everything. Not just from ticket sales to, like, venues, amphitheaters, just everything, bro. All the services is just, they control it. If not, they're gonna have, like, their bully company, I guess, come in and buy you out or persuade it, make it hard for you to either get other stuff or other tickets. And it's just, I mean,
Ticketmaster,
128 pages though.
I know, seriously, I need to read that. It's when Ticketmaster, I just found out they merged with Live Nation back in, I think, 2009. Don't quote me, but for like some of the two biggest ticket conglomerates merging together just further fortified that monopoly, so to say, behind this ticket industry. And it's like I just found out as well that they don't really want to go against the reselling of these tickets because it only increases their profits. Like, when another ticket is resold, there's another service fee.
And that's the other thing too. Like, they were like totally like upset about was all these like hidden fees. There's like the VIP fee, the handling fee, the
just for the F of it fee.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was like, hey, why? Why are all these fees? Like, when I bought like a ticket for $100, now it's almost $200.
Oh yeah, if not more.
And it's like, again, the unexplained fees, unnecessary unexplained fees. Like, why?
You telling me? Yeah, like, good question.
Why? Why are these fees? Because please explain, Live Nation. Like, it's not cool. Like,
at the end of the day, that's
I'm getting charged to look at your site fee?
I know. Like, come on.
Just to be like scrolling fee.
What's interesting is that apparently Kid Rock did a show, or like he arranged a tour either one show or a tour where it was like the bare lowest possible price that he could charge for tickets. Like, I think it was like $20 a ticket. And this was like in regards to this whole scalping thing. Like, hey, I'm only going to charge $20 and it's not going to change because we all know the scalpers are a problem. And I think he, like, that made a little wave. Like, I mean, with researching, I only heard about that once in my research, but like...
But he's like one going against, what was it that I told you? That they have contracts to?
400?
400 artists. 400 artists. So like one dude kicking up dust. Hey, cheers to Kid Rock, yo. Ball with the ball, the bangy bang. Like, yo, my boy, dog, I get it. And he's like, come on. It's one thing when you get your music for free, like how Metallica was against Napster. Like, hey, you know, it's okay, cool. YouTube get it. I'll still get my money off of likes. But come on, man. Like, off of the fan experience, like, this is coming from a dude that was there for, like, Woodstock 99. When it was a total shit show.
That's crazy.
When it went fucking south real quick. When they were charging mad money for a bottle of water.
So, get this. It makes me think if the fans can't get together enough to help this problem out, like, what if it now on the artist side of it, like, oh, okay, let's get Kid Rock, like maybe Taylor Swift, the other big artists that are going on right
Jelly
now
Roll.
to do like Jelly Roll, like, for example, country artists to do a big sort of like protest against it. But then it bleeds into your first point that Ticketmaster has got contracts with over 400 artists right now. Mm-hmm. And you know that they're going to be the biggest 400 artists out, and that in that contract, they're going to say, hey, you can't protest against, there's all these binding
You can enjoy that open field party that you threw, because they own and control 265 venues. So you go on tour, they can control where you go. They do.
Yeah.
They do. That's why, like, when I was thinking about it, like the whole scheduling thing, like, yo, why the fuck are they here at, like, in Atlanta? But then they go straight to Seattle, Washington. And it's like, that makes no sense when they're coming back to New Orleans. It's like, why the back and forth? Oh, because they said, yo, you can't be here. Not today. You have to, you know, you can come here on this date.
Yeah.
So they control where they go. And not only that, but also 60 out of the whole 100 amphitheaters. So all those cool settings and ambiance stuff that makes that venue cool, they got their hands in it.
60 out of 100 of the major amphitheaters in the United States are owned and operated by Live Nation. I know Music Farm is, well, granted, Music Farm is an amphitheater.
Have their hands theater. Yeah, have their hands in it.
We face it here in Charleston. We feel the effect even here in Charleston, and it's one of those things where, hey, if these artists are getting their pockets lined, to what extent are they going to start to protest? I mean, good for Kid Rock for doing it. I imagine other artists have spoken to it. Obviously, Grizz did a video that he posted about this ticket scalping thing, but it doesn't seem like
we brought awareness to it.
Yeah, like he's very well aware, and like, but the solving of this problem still seems to be an issue. Like, even though they're making a thing about, hey, you need to become a verified fan with Ticketmaster in order to help solve
pay
this
the
problem.
IRS, man.
Yeah,
you can scalp tickets, but pay the IRS, man. Whenever you operate, just pay the IRS.
Yeah, things that you can't escape these days.
As long as you pay the IRS.
Paying the IRS and
on the scalper side, because, like, again, what if I'm like low budget? Like, hey, man, I'm just gonna buy tickets to the Music Farm just to stand out front and be like, yo, I got two.
Oh my God.
Holla at your boy. I got two for the 60.
Exactly. How about this? When I was looking up on YouTube, I'm pretty sure I typed in how to of like how to beat ticket scalping or how to end ticket scalping. A video came up. First off, not that many videos come up. A lot of them are just basically the whole thing with Trump and Kid Rock that just recently happened. But this one from 10 years ago popped up where it was this dude, and it had to do with a movie theater. It was to see this movie, like The Interview with Seth Rogen and I think like Bobby Lee, whatever. There was the interview. Basically this like nerdy, like dude in like his like early 40s, late 30s. This was 10 years ago. He was like, yeah, no, I heard about like, you know, reselling tickets and now it might be a good profit. So I went ahead and bought up like tickets to this movie from the local movie theater thinking that he'd successfully be able to resell them, but he wasn't able to. And he was stuck with all those tickets. And then he went to the movie theater to try to get that money back as the scout. Like, he's like, yeah, I was trying to like resell them and I wasn't able to. Can I get a refund? They're like, absolutely not.
Wow. I mean, like, yeah, cheers to them. Like, yeah, why not? Even though you honestly said, hey, we're buying you out, I was buying you out with the intention to fucking resell.
And that was like in the early ages.
On some movie theaters.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's like these bots, man, like even with.
That was the executive order too, was pretty much the whole bot system. Like they're going to be, I guess, suggestively trying to monitor that. Like you can't like just monitor the bots.
How are they supposed to like at what point can the government sort of peek into Live Nation or Ticketmaster's like under the hood and just be like, okay, like what are you really allowing here? Like you're saying that you're helping prevent all this stuff, but it's still happening. They're making more money off of it because of the bots and the scalping. So they don't want to necessarily put it to an end. It seems like they're making it sound like they're trying to, but they're dragging their feet.
Well, yeah, of course, dragging the feet on it. But then also like things I guess got to take time, because in this whole executive order pretty much says is like the attorney general and everything else can start sharing like information. So if you're like running the whole bot scheme, you know, they're eventually going to come across the radar, I would imagine, you know, because you could probably have an FBI looking into you now, you know, on that point. And wow, it just kind of like blows my mind just thinking about it. Still, you know, it's like, how? Like, they're gonna, obviously, you know, Wi-Fi code, you know what I'm saying? Like pinging your phone.
Well, yeah.
Like pinging your whole operation and like, I guess, trying to Big Brother still look in the end.
So,
and
good
trying to make amends to an end of, you know, something that needs to be kind of addressed. If not, it's going to keep on going. So we might as well either A, belly up and get used to paying these prices, or having the secondary options be able to have the room to breathe to host other venues and spots. And like, I guess everybody try to make their equal come up on like the resale of tickets.
So,
because if I were to miss a show, like, hey man, I still want to get my money back, whether I not really refund, but even on a resale. And so like, if I had to like personally be there, like at a festival where everything's like tracked, right?
Right.
So like,
well, there's
sell it and give it to you. And now you're Ryan Downing.
The thing is that, so to the first point is like pinging the person that's buying the ticket. So apparently what they're doing is these like bots and scalpers are like using VPN sort of like like IP vanishes, like things
like
that are like
full of like phones.
Yeah, it's like putting the IP address to a completely different place so that when they're buying all these tickets at once, it's not coming up as the same IP address. And apparently that's the way that they're circumnavigating that initial, one of the very first bot checking like things in the checklist. And then so it's like, okay, word, all you have to do is use a VPN thing, and then that just handles that. Like the moment they put up a solution, the hackers just find a way immediately. And then and so how do you do, how do you go against that? Like, they still
Especially
have
how
to...
do you run against a team of hackers that are like gonna try to always be ahead of you?
Yeah,
And it's like, okay, now we know we're watching. You know, now we just gotta make our signal kind of disappear or show that we're not there.
And you got to assume that there's people that are tied into Ticketmaster that are doing this as an inside job as well. Like, who
That's even
that
scary.
still perpetuate the problem, and they will be the source of it. Like, hey, like, yeah, I get it, but if you work with me personally, I know the ins and outs. Like, I can help make this happen, and we won't get in trouble.
So you're not sponsored by it, but you're still working for them. Like, that's just...
Inside job type beat is might be another conspiracy of why this isn't getting, handled sooner.
Because again, back to it, they all have their hands involved with it.
So then
they all have their hands tied into it.
It makes me think about the whole thing about, like, what was this auditing thing that Elon Musk was trying to helping it, like, oh, and then we're gonna have all the companies like audited and look at all the numbers and like make sure blah 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 blah. What if Elon Musk, on that note, were to create his own, like, ticket agent? Yeah. Or, like, Kanye, like, obviously not Kanye, but you see what I'm saying? Somebody who's big and able to launch a whole nother endeavor that would sort of compromise, like, Ticketmaster.
Excuse me. I'd have to say that's big bank versus big bank. That's what that is. That's a whole flex. That's a whole... I got the money to do it. Why not? And it could. I mean, if Bitcoin could exist, then how come, hey, Elon Musk that has the money, or Bill Gates, could start up some other ticket sale provider where, yeah, they can still work with the artists, negotiate that, because it's all verbal understood contract stuff on what the rates are going to be for the shows and keep it a constant. But again, that's literally big bank. That's probably what it would have to take, is somebody with the pocket that still like endure it and still provide it to where, hey, you're not going to buy me out because I'm still here to do it. And I don't care what venue they want to go to. I got the money to still buy it. You know what I'm saying? Or to still rent it out from you. Like, if you still want to play that, but then what if like a place like the Coliseum that's like, man, hey, we don't want this dust, like whatever, we'll let you use the facility for super cheap now.
So let's think about it like this. For all the artists that aren't, like, for all those 400-ish artists that aren't being managed by Ticketmaster or Live Nation, why can't they do their like own thing to be like, hey, we're gonna sell tickets independently from Live Nation or Ticketmaster on their website, and have a way to just cap off, like, say, hey, maybe like 3 tickets maximum per person type of thing. That's just hypothetically. And I get that it
would work. I mean,
yeah. But we don't know like the technicalities that go behind creating that, like how big of a problem that is, like how easy it is to launch your own ticket sale portion of your website. It seems easy enough. You think somebody would have done it by now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even like on the artist perspective, like on their site.
Like, you think
like,
Grizz would have like sort of anticipated this and kind of done his ticket sales differently.
Yeah,
right?
Well, for sure. Like, you would think, like, send me your email type shit, and I'm going to send you this link. I got this team that's going to do it. I guess that would have to be like the next step on the artist type level. Like, hey, you want to see me at this particular spot? Again, send me your email. I got this team. We'll send you the link. You only allowed, maybe, like you said, 3 tickets, 5 tickets if you want. Well, what if I want to have a party? What if I think it's so dope and I'm just like, man, let me get 5? Oh no, I can't.
Well,
I mean, would a lot of people eat crow on that? Because if that's the way it is, then that's the way it is. It's like kind of like how the DMV, you pick your number, you go sit down and wait your turn, or wait your turn. You can't get it, or you go to the venue itself. But then what if I'm out of town? Like how you were saying.
Exactly, you can't just get it all the time. Like that's why the internet, like buying it off the internet is so clutch for so many people, is the convenience factor. They're out of town. They can't go to the box office and just buy it themselves.
Like first come, first serve at the box office. Once it's done, it's done.
Right, yeah.
But then also like it made its way to kind of like into the sports world. Because like when I was like, I've lately, humor me people, I've been watching WWE. Yeah, it's entertainment. But when they're still like when they're still like advertising for WrestleMania, I mean, I love WWE. It's gonna probably still be sold out.
Wrestling's
but
like a big comeback.
Before, yeah, I mean that too. It's making a comeback, but still like for something that's like so impactful and like such a chill thing. Why are you, still on the comeback, making it up and up? But why are you still advertising still for ticket sales, like for tickets for a show that should have already been sold out?
Huh. I mean,
and it's like, a 2-night event.
What? So you're saying
like WrestleMania?
They're not being scalped?
I don't know.
Well,
I haven't even like looked into it on that side.
I'm sure,
but it's just crazy to see like that event still like, hey, come still buy our tickets. And it's like, yo, you're on the up and up. Like you're WWE.
It's like less scalpers are paying less attention seemingly.
To like, is it pick and choose them?
It might be more like
not really like, is it just only in music? Because I was thinking also like it could still make its way into like the sports world of like the next UFC event. What if I were to like still buy tickets and like resell them just because I know I'm not going to be there?
This is a valid point that I haven't quite considered.
Because like it's maybe low impactive now because it's the sports world. And not everybody's like really paying attention to that on that part.
Yeah,
because it's all still it's just sports.
Sports going on through this.
No longer like music.
Ticket scalping a problem for sports. Let's see.
Well, because I remember when I went to Colorado, we still had dudes that were out in the corner that was like scalping tickets like right there, just standing there, and like we got a deal for that evening for tickets or at the game. And I sucked to watch, the Padres get fucking ass raped because they were like jacking home runs. Well, it was cool. Like they shot up water and stuff like in the whole Rockies. Dope setup, but still. Dope experience.
It's like this scalping thing is going across all these different industries, but apparently the music, the concert one is like a highly
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's a very profitable
Swift.
It's a very profitable one that they're still doing.
It's all T Swift. I love you T, but like no fucking T Swift.
There was speaking of Taylor Swift, there was an instance that they brought up where it's like, hey, she was selling tickets that were like behind the stage that were like pretty shitty like view, all things considered.
Just see the back of her head.
Literally for $16 a pop, and they instantly sold out and were being resold for $1,600 basically.
Move a couple zeros.
Yep.
You'll pay for it.
Exactly.
Because you'll pay for it. You want that experience, you'll pay for it. But then, like you said, what does it come to, like, to the cost of it? Like a bunch of artists, like, randomly gathering together to throw some, like, dope-ass block party and just...
Without Ticketmaster involved, like, they really need to... It needs to just be, like, a whole nother... Either limit the number of times you can resell a ticket or limit the percentage of the upsale. Like we were talking about off camera. It's like, hey,
off camera,
one of the things is that,
with the box and everything
allow resales, but not after like X amount of percent above the original value. Like, hey, if I bought this ticket for $50, like Ticketmaster, why don't you just make it not a thing to sell it for above $100? Well, because they're making money off that process.
Well, no, that was like another thing that was mentioned in that executive order, like with Kid Rock, was that they monitor the transparency of sales to keep that. But then again, it's an executive order, so it's a suggestive fucking deal. Like, hey, let's kick it off. But yeah, it's there. Because I did a little bit of research on it and read that, yeah, they are literally gonna monitor like the transparency of it. Where's it at in these notes? Because it was like, oh shit. Yeah, FTC to see price transparency through primary and secondary sales, and caps on resale prices. So it's going to be monitored.
They're asking for transparency.
Yeah.
Well,
FTC to see pre-sale transparency through primary and secondary parties. So it's going to be monitored. They have it on radar. It's going to be addressed. But again, it's an executive order to where like, hey man, like, yo, kickstart this shit up. So as a music fan, like, yeah, get onto it. Like, yo, what has to be said and still further done to be like, hey, stop raping us in fees. Stop raping us in the other secondary sales.
Seriously.
Because I would still be down to pay, but not that much. I don't want to give up my kidney to go see Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly.
And nosebleeds for $3,000.
This is like a modern day issue. Apparently,
like you have to take out a loan just to go see your favorite artist.
I know, right?
But what if, like, again, that totally kills the whole experience? Because, man, what if I was like a single pops? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to take my kid to a show.
Yeah,
now I gotta fucking deal with this bullshit.
They need to. I mean, it's
wait for a festival.
they really need to start enforcing these things, and apparently the fact that it's the regulation boils down to a state level thing, it kind of seems to complicate it with in between like the government and Ticketmaster and the local state legislation between all that. Like if Ticketmaster is like a private company, like I don't even know, this is me just talking, like are they allowed to sit there and look at like their sales and stuff like what you're saying? Because if it's like a private company and you have the government trying to come in and monitor it, like is that legal? Like I mean, this executive order is pushing for that to be a thing, but like to what extent is it really able to happen? Like can they really sit back and monitor these things? Like
your guess is good as mine, because like they're obviously probably going to have their own unit of people doing this. Hackers chasing hackers. If you're a good hacker and you want a job, I'm sure the FBI will hire you.
Yeah,
I'm sure Elon Musk would helpfully, like use your skills to help try to cyber cop and monitor this shit. But you would also think, because like when I did my research back on the whole Live Nation USA versus Live Nation, there was a bunch of other states that were on the whole indoctrination. So it's not just, it's like, yeah, individually states are going to do their own thing. And if your state, I guess, is on that doctrine, then, you're all aboard with it of like, hey, what all can we do again on our local level to, I guess, help and remedy this stuff?
I mean, think about it. I mean, by simply refusing to buy the ticket is one option that a consumer can do. But, you obviously still want to go to the show. It just sucks that it's being upsold. Like, they need to really cap off that resale percentage and the amount of resales that are able to happen. I feel like those are the first realistic sort of things that they can implement to put a stop to this. Like
true American way, just storm the fucking gates.
Yeah, right.
Just storm the fucking gates. Get a pitchfork. Everybody grab your torches. We're all getting in. Like hell. If they were jumping in to see a soccer game down in Florida, we could storm the gates to go see Grizz. Who are they to stop us?
Oh my God.
Even though they have their hands in security, they might as well beef it up. No, just kidding.
Yeah, right.
I'm not trying to get arrested for inciting riots.
Oh my God.
Or am I?
Yeah.
But it's an ongoing can of worms of a problem that has to be addressed. And they obviously have their eyes on the prize and to see what's going on and like hit the main points of it, man. But again, like I laid awake in bed and was just like super upset. Was like just to see how, when you hear the word monopolize, man, I was just thinking like probably like everybody else, like, yo, dude, it's just tickets. Like it is what it is. But damn, man, like when it's the venues too,
yeah,
the whole snitch, it totally like kills the whole, in my mind, the whole concert thing. It's like, I'll go see a show now when I want to go see a show.
Yeah, if you're able to go see a show.
If you're able to see it.
If you're even able to is the thing. And
Well, price transparency, man. They're gonna hopefully get the cracking on it.
Think about this.
But then again, how implement it? Wow. Let's see how. Let's see a structure of what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I wish in that Kid Rock sort of Donald Trump video that they were a little bit more descriptive with ways of solving this problem. But I mean, like, there was mention of some things, but just not in like further detail. Like, yeah, capping sales and, you know, the percentages of the resale and all this stuff. Like, sure, like, then let's go ahead and try to implement that. Is it legal for the government to put forth that thing like that? I think that's why this is coming. The executive order is coming into play, because apparently they still
got a lawsuit, issue. So they're obviously investigating this. So if you think about it, if they're like doing an executive order, then before that's why we had to rewind and bring all the other stuff out about how the impact of Live Nation is because, again, they still have a lawsuit filed against them. And when we're thinking about it, looking at it, it does kind of sound like, you know, could they put a RICO on them? Because they got to monopolize the game. They have a bully, you know, they have a intimidation tactic. You know, if you're actively shaking down people financially or intimidatingly, it's still, you know, a form of intimidation and shakedown. So could you still think, and/or could we possibly see Live Nation get hit with a RICO?
I mean, it seems
like still criminal shit. But then again, they're all legally doing it, so we're obviously paying these fees, you know. And it's like,
and we're lining the pockets,
lining these pockets to happen. So it's like
ex-nay
that, but like to the next degree of that, to like show, hey man, these fools literally had all holes barred. You know, this is literally not cool. You know, you're gonna have to take this big hit.
Yeah, I think they've just been sliding through loopholes to make it happen, because if they really wanted to try, you think that there would probably be a bigger effort going down to deter against it. But it's lining pockets, and the scalpers. Think about it. Like, these scalpers, some people are making like literally 60 grand plus.
Oh, it's its own job.
Like, yeah, dude.
Like how you were saying, like that's literally their own little shadow business within a business to still make it. And it's like, hey man, that was my job to like redo this. And like you said, 60 G's, bro, 60 G's is nice. You know, like just to sit and work a computer of unfortunately screwing people out of a bomb ass experience, because we're going to pay for it. If you want to go, you're going to go.
Yeah. And until people stop paying these prices, like
price of eggs is $5. We're still going to buy it. But then how much is enough? You know, when's enough is enough to say, hey man, you know, what's up, artist? I really do enjoy your stuff, but you're not that cool enough. Or I can't afford it.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't afford it. I have rent paid. You know, I got to go get rent. And I can't drop, you know, a fraction of that just for an evening of your time.
I think when...
Or is this going to be the uprise and potential still impact of the festival scene? Because still more people will still like to go and hang out for the weekend and see a bunch of artists, you know, because you get a bang for your buck, right? If you think about it, you break the math down, you know, it's like you're seeing these artists for like maybe $3 or $4 a show, you know, once you break the math down on the ticket. But now it's also like, is it starting to make its way to the scene of that? Like, is it going to be cheaper to have a campground instead of like pitching the tent? Because, you know, can you afford camping? Can you afford, you know, like really? Like how much of it is going to still impact the experience of the fan?
Depending on how much the ticket is, it can deter them from even coming in the first place. I mean, think about it. Like I paid $120 to go see Post Malone. This is, I think,
how long
2023. I think towards the end of 23, and that's about like for like one artist, like. That was like where I started to draw the line.
Like, do you consider that fair?
Not really, because I think the average, as I was looking at statistics, it seemed like the average ticket price back in the day was like 20 something bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, to go see like say an act like Post Malone at the PNC amphitheater in Charlotte, where maybe like 30 bucks like years and years ago, whoever it was, before Post Malone was around. And then now it's like 120 something bucks, say for one or like a small group of artists. But the thing is that not only, yeah, you could be like, sure, inflation, but minimum wage hasn't risen much since then. So it's still like you actually are paying much more than it used to cost, even considering inflation and
inflation
the camera
and
overheated.
Oh shit!
But
take a break.
And then so like that's what I'm just trying to say is like I'm willing to draw the line at around like 120 bucks, and that's about like where I'll go with it, like because it.
And I totally agree with you. That's like I had this like honestly ask you, do you find that fair? Because if it's depending on the artist, I'd pay that. You know, like for a. But again, oh man, that's so hard to say.
Yeah.
It's so hard to say.
I mean,
because it's like, I'd still want to have a date or like someone to go with me. Maybe if it was two tickets.
So say,
but 120 for like one night.
Say if you're going to see Grizz by himself, no openers, one night, that's it. Where would you personally draw the line on the amount of money that you'd throw down for a ticket?
The amount of money it would have to be
like 200 maybe.
That's the max,
right? Like
120 would be like the min. That's like me, like if it's just me. Like again, I have to agree with you, like on the whole Post Malone thing. Like I would have taken that hit, but then I'm also factoring in, you know, the place that I'm at. You know, I know it's gonna be like a bomb ass show, and. But again, how much of the price you're willing to pay?
Yeah, and I don't know how a lot of these other people pay more than that. Like, I get it, I'm not the richest person, but still, like, how, like, I'm surprised that people are willing to pay, even when it comes to Taylor Swift, okay? Like, they're paying like, ticket prices easily $1,000, depending on the place and what type of seat you're looking at, like how close to the stage, and people they're just
they were
still
buying it.
selling.
They were buying it.
How are these many people able to pay for like the? I mean, you could say that all the tickets get like scalped and then resold, and you still see the Coliseum full of people because people are still paying like $1,000 for a ticket to see Taylor Swift. Like, come on! Like, I want
still gonna pay for that.
Even my favorite artists in the world, I won't pay $1,000 to go see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's where like you and I stand like mutual on that one. But then there's some people out there, and there's some diehard fans, not knocking the diehard fans, that will pay that, man. Like. If I pay that much, I kind of want to meet your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I want to shake your hand, maybe take a stupid picture. No Chris Brown shit, you know, we ain't posing like that. Like, do something cool. Maybe sign my t-shirt.
Right.
Let me go my way. Even like a fraction of that, I'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just a fucking simple pound.
Simple as
what
that.
Up, dude? Psh, hey, yo, fucking kill it, bro.
Justify.
Fucking drop that shit.
Psh. Exactly. Justify the absorbent ticket price.
Yeah. Like, and I would totally be cool with it. Totally seal the deal. But even then, if I don't meet the band, you know, typical dude, you know, maybe get it with a hottie, you know, like as long as I'm smashing something.
I know, right?
Yeah, as long as I have a good night. As long as I have a good night. Don't end up in jail, but have a good night. Meet the band, get some strange, have a buzz.
And people draw the line at different.
And draw the line. How much would you draw the line? And then, but again, the hardcore fan, they will do it. And Taylor Swifties, bro, they showed it. So the Swifties, man, are his own army.
Yeah.
You know, like just like ICP and the Juggalos are his own gang. No, they're not.
I mean,
you know, but that's a whole different combo. But like, yeah, the Swifties is its own army.
I want to see
the Swiftie gang showed up. I want to see Swiftie gang versus the Juggalos.
What, dude? Who even knows?
I'm sure there's some mad Karens out there.
They both got shooters. I'm sure.
Like,
yeah,
bros. I'm sure there's some mad Karens that are good with the hands, like, yo, and the triggers, like, yo, don't let them fool you, bro. The person's coming out, bro, claws.
Just Travis Kelce's squad.
Bitch. Yeah, they're all
alone.
dressed out in like red and yellow.
Yeah,
like,
she's like,
and pink.
I wouldn't want to mess with either of them. Like
The Swifty Mafia.
the Juggalos just throwing like Faygo grenades,
Hatchets.
just like piping hot Faygos that they just throw into.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean,
Nuts.
I want y'all to drop in the comments.
I do love ICP though. Shout out to my jugs.
Hey, shout out to the jugs. Drop in the comments how much you would pay maximum to see your favorite artist.
For sure.
Drop in the comments the amount and for which artist. Be like, hey, I would pay no more than, $300 to see Taylor Swift, or you tell me. I want to see.
And what would be the whole experience? Like, what would you like? Literally,
just for a regular general admission, I'd say, just like the regular thing, because these ticket scalpers are still pushing exorbitant amounts, even though they might not sell, because people are just buying them.
And then get into I guess the hustle of it is still taking the risk. I mean, I'm not condoning scalpers, but it's just they're obviously still gonna sell because there's still people still. Yeah. Like, obviously, because we're here talking about it. So people are still going to buy tickets. What is your price? And what all, I guess, does everybody think, what else do you would like to see to be done about this? It's always going to be second parties. We're these second parties. But, when you're getting bought out, it's kind of hard for the market. Or does it take someone, like you said, of Elon Musk, that's got the bankroll to be like, yo, dude, I'm doing my own ticket shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then everybody would go to
after
that,
me, bro.
And it would extinguish this whole racket that's going on. But I'm curious as to when things will actually start to be implemented. Right now, we're getting it's
gonna take time.
Grandstanding.
We know that.
From grandstanding, where it's they're pandering to the solution, but it's still not being actually implemented. But I mean, I want to see
lobby
something.
Lobby for music.
Hopefully by
lobby for music.
Really, hopefully by this summer, 2025, we'll actually start seeing things implemented, certain percentages,
caps on how many you can buy,
caps on
the fees, the main fees. I would like to see if fees were to disappear. I'm gonna be feed, to a certain extent, but as long as it's I'm not saying moderately charge me. But if they were to chomp a good bit of that shit away, that's unnecessary.
You know what?
You should just be charged a digital tax fee. That's fine. But now I'm still gonna pay and that's what Kid Rock said in his little statement with Trumpy Bear was I go from paying for $100 ticket, now I'm getting $70 worth of fees, and it's ex-nay that. So to make a decent little impact, I'm sure that'll be the first wave of it.
How about
is chomping the fucking fees? Unless
the fee is a bot avoiding fee. Hey, now that we're not doing now that we're getting rid of scalpers, it's this is the
prove
fee.
You're human. You got to do the little code now.
If they implemented a fee that is there and it is ensuring that there's going to be no scalping going on because they now are. They're charging us for a fee. Say there was literally a $50 anti-scalping fee, and that helps them cover
no resale fee.
Something to literally
give us a fee. Cheaper?
Give us a fee.
If you got a ticket for cheaper, knowing that you're not going to resell it, and it says click here clause, you're not going to resell it. You're not going to forward it to somebody. This is legit. This is your final purchase.
Yeah, that's not a bad solution, actually.
I'm not saying enter this code because again, hackers could do that shit. But what if you individually was on your phone right now to get this ticket, and it literally you click that button that was again, just to make the whole thing cheaper.
So then,
waive fee.
Yeah, hopefully you could drop a fee for
sign. Maybe do the whole digital signature.
I'm not going to resell this ticket, so drop a fee or two.
Last four of your social.
Or if you are going to resell it, then tack on a fee. But don't tack on a fee regardless of whether or not you would. Yeah,
and then back to paying your IRS. As long as you're rescalping. If you're doing it legit, pay the fucking IRS. Pay the IRS.
I know, right? You can't run.
But again, Yeah, could that also help knock some shit into sense?
If
Like,
they
hey,
just give us a fee so they don't have to worry about like all
one-time
this.
deal fee.
Yeah,
You
like
still get the price at this price at $100.
anti-scalping fee.
$40. You know,
Yeah, they were.
$38 is like what the Coliseum said, and I want to pay $38, literally, right now. One-time deal. Email it to me right now.
Things are getting to.
As soon as I click my credit card, because we all know they quickly get their money. So as quickly as I get my money, quickly send me my ticket. One-time deal, shut. I click the box, sign my last four of the social or my signature, whatever. We got the tech on the phone.
Yeah, so
Prove your shit. Maybe take a picture of your driver's license. Who knows? And then now you got it at that price. And then on to the secondary parties to hopefully grow and not get bought out. But then who's gonna, I guess, step up to the plate or do it? Because like we can come up with an algorithm ourselves. But then again, what is our price? Because do you want to get bought out? I'm kind of punkish, you know, like, yo, fuck you, dude. We're going to keep on running this shit. You know, we got some like, not really underground tickets thing going on, but like, yo, like a legit algorithm thing that's be like, yo, we're gonna sell these tickets, bro. Like we figured it out. We did some nerdy shit. We got a way to not really make tickets, but like legit, we have a provider.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be working with the venue, and they're already like Ticketmaster is already sort of like
already tied in.
Yeah, contracted to make this happen. So it's like,
so they get bullied by their bulldog.
You can't just
back to the
go in and start working with the venue, because there's going to be a part of the contract with Ticketmaster that says, hey, you can't work with anybody else. Like you're only selling tickets through us. So then that immediately takes all those venues out of the equation.
And it makes it harder for
you'd have to create your own venue and your own ticketing thing. Like it would like Elon Musk creating his own chain of venues and his own ticketing sort of business, like something like that, for example, to really put it into it, and that he wouldn't be compromised by any third party blah blah blahs. Like things are starting to get to a head, and people are starting to get frustrated. I have a feeling like
you said, the secondary parties, because like it could happen. Like what I said about the whole 60 out of like 100 amphitheaters. So like those other 40 that are like untouched could do, like you said, like their own private shows, but they're still going to make it harder for them to like do their thing. Unless you, like you said, like, hey man, we have no mess with y'all. Like we are doing our own thing. We have to be able to come to this show. You have to come to this person or this site to get the ticket.
They're making
and
it
then
really
also
hard.
like to the venue, but then also the venue, like obviously not like the Coliseum, but it had to be, like you said, its own privatized thing.
Yeah, because
and its own private party.
They're gonna make it so hard for like, because ticket, like the way that everything is that we don't know about. Like, hey, guess what? Like the whole reason that Ticketmaster works with these companies is so that it makes it life easier for the artist when they come in. Like there's already all these things about the logistics behind it, like these 18-wheeler companies that are hauling around all the staging equipment for Taylor Swift. It's all pre-contracted and stuff, and like everything's so in place right now that it's making it hard for the artist to pivot from working
breaking
with
those
Ticketmaster.
chains. Yeah, it's like breaking
literally.
those chains because they're contracted in. So even if they breach a contract shit, you know, they fart the wrong way, go against it, you know, hey, breach a contract, you know.
Yeah.
Where's your money? Because we're paying you to, and we control the route of which you go and the venues of which you at. Yeah, you can communicate with the cost, but that's the base cost. But then we're still gonna, you know, they know that the amphitheaters is like where it's at. All about that private setting, because they know people are gonna want to go to like those type shows, especially if they can't sell out like a main arena.
Exactly. So by the end of this year, I would want to see things already being enacted. Like, come on, if it's not by the end of this year, then like
the taxes.
Yeah, I want to make
monitoring. I guess, like you said, how many tickets can I buy?
Yeah, and at what percent can I resell them? Like they're putting no cap on the resale, it seems, and it's just like it's benefiting Ticketmaster at the end of the day. And I mean, come on, like, are y'all not doing well enough as it is? Like, everybody's really, I mean, it's just, you gotta draw the line somewhere.
How much do you have the control, of, in order for people to have a good time at the end of the day? Because, I mean, hell, I remember being a little kid going to some concerts and it was like 50 or $60.
Yeah, and
that was cool. For me, it's like, yo, I'm here.
Exactly.
Let's rock on. Let's go do what we got to do. I get to see whatever band. Hell, I remember when it was like 96 Wave Fest, back when it was at the Joe. Downtown, dude, had like 311. Fucking Puddle of Mud was like on the up and come up.
What?
It was like Long Beach Dub All Stars. And it was like I was able to get a ticket because my old man worked for Pepsi. So I was able to get a fucking ticket for free.
What?
But like the old man probably only paid like maybe 30, $40.
Let's bring it back to those days.
Yeah, and it was like literally its own musical thing. Saw 311 at the end.
And they were able to,
it was so dope.
And they were able to get by at that price.
For like, $30, $40.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it, like it's just these middlemen, making their money. Like, come on, 60 grand on a venue as a ticket scalper, like across however many tickets. Dude, yeah, like it's just crazy, and I don't think the customer is really going to stop because they still want to go see their favorite artist.
Again, if you're that dedicated to it, you're going to figure out how to do it. When there's a will, there's a way, and especially it's even harder, like because they do have that option. Make payments. So if I make payments, I can still secure my ticket. Yeah, that dumb option, which I get. It's not really dumb, but does serve its purpose.
So yeah, I want to try to make a prediction that something will predict that they'll put a cap on the percent of the resale value by the end of this year, and the quantity of tickets as well, hopefully. And
hopefully all the legislation get on board on it, and it's not just be, let's screw Trumpy Trump, on this, because it's like, hey, people want to go see their shows, man. It's like kind of still not cool. But yeah, a cap on tickets on how much you could buy and the resale of it, as well as the fees.
I agree. Well, you did bring up something else that we could talk about. Yeah, this is the
whole endangered species.
Yeah, what was this about the dire wolf?
Yes, they brought back the dire wolf.
Who's they?
I can't remember the name of the company. Kind of too high right now, but this potential like genetic company was able to take an old dire wolf skull, extract its DNA, make an embryo, put it into a gray wolf, and now she had like 3 pups.
Dude,
all
that's
white.
Crazy. Why the dire wolf?
I have no clue. That's one killing machine I would wish they would never bring back. That's like saying, hey, let's bring back the saber-tooth tiger. Cool, yeah, the saber-tooth tiger, fuck you. It's the ultimate killing machine. If anybody that don't know what a dire wolf is, it's like, of course, a 6-foot huge-ass wolf. It's like 6 times the size of a wolf, bro.
That actually existed.
It's like top predator of the dog world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how did they...
Like Ice Age type shit. Like, it was literally... Bro, like Jon Snow had one in Game of Thrones. It was like, bro, the most hugest, gnarliest wolf. And it was like...
Yeah, they're like... It's taller than people, basically.
It's about the size of a regular human man, bro.
That's
like 6 foot tall. About 6 foot tall.
How are they?
Is a killing machine.
How are the gray wolves giving birth to these like hybrid baby wolves? Because like if this wolf is so big, you think it would just like destroy the birth canal. I
guess the limited pups, because she only gave birth to 3. So maybe somehow with the gray wolf DNA, it was still, able to still stay a small pup form.
Yeah.
To where it really wouldn't impact. Because now, like, it's all on, not really Mother Nature, but, like, it's full growth spurts to happen to get to that size. But I'm sure, sure it didn't really impact the mama that pupped him too much. But yeah, there's 3 of them. They done made
And then
3 dire wolves. Then from that, what I read, they were going to try to bring the dodo back. So the big dodo bird is on their radar.
Like, what's the point of bringing these back? Because the moment
Jurassic Park times, bro.
I know, right? Like, the moment you started thinking about that, I was like, well, then why don't they first go for the more important, like, extinct species? Like,
yeah, like some of these whales, let's bring back, like, let's bring back some mammals that, like, had just recently been on.
Yeah, that are
killed
important.
off. Like, yeah,
like,
let's get some elephants back. You know, like
prevent bees from going
bees.
extinct.
Yeah, bees.
Yeah,
let's get the bees back. Like, figure out with them. But no, some high-end genetic company said, F all that. Let's bring the dire wolf back. And now they want to bring a mammoth too, as well as like the Tasmanian tiger. I had no idea what a Tasmanian tiger was. Still don't. I didn't even research it. Because I was like, it just blows my mind, and still thinking about it blows my high that like they did some Jurassic Park shit, and that's literally what it is. And it's like, please don't, please, whoever this company is, don't start fucking with the dinosaurs.
It is like Jurassic Park, dude.
Let's not say we did.
I know, right?
Like, let's not. We could do all the other animals except for top predator shit, and you kind of did one with that one. Like, stop right there.
Yeah.
The mammoth would be cool. You know, I like to see some Arctic ass animal, but like still kind of feel bad for it. You know, because you know you don't want these motherfuckers like all caged up. You know, and it's like, but then again, with the dire wolf shit, like who's gonna train them? Who's gonna watch for them? Who's gonna care for them? Like at some point in time, there's gonna be some type of person that's gonna be in charge of these wolves, bro. What's gonna happen when you have to like, who's boss dog? They're gonna try you. They're still an animal. You know what I'm saying? They're still a wolf. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna have to be a leader. If not, this motherfucker's gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's a chick or a dude, you know, and it's like, she's gonna fucking test you. So at one point, it's gonna go from pup. Like, hey, thank you. Yeah. You're giving me food. You know, you're training me. But now I don't like you today. Fuck you. What are you gonna do? And now you got some like 6 foot old school predatory killer machine about to test you, and you better be like a bad motherfucker.
I know,
like,
right?
Fuck wrestling bears. Like, you better be, bro, smashing.
There's something that they
John Jones level type shit.
They would come up with something.
Beat this dog's ass. But it's a wolf though.
They'd come up with something like, you know, they would probably, if it really boiled down to it, like tranquilizing them in between, like hey.
Buddy system, like, yo, watch my back no matter what the fuck.
Like, we first off, yeah, why would they bring back the dire wolf? Maybe to put him in a zoo, like, where, along with these other rare animals, like, and kind of create this, like, cryptological, like, museum, like, with zoo, like, hey, we brought back the dodo bird, like, come pay money and look at it here, and then come also look at the dire wolf.
How much of it is, like, try to resave that species, because they're still going to want to spawn. So what are they going to do to, like, what's gonna happen? Like, we're gonna have fucking dire wolves, like its own breed? Are we gonna try to domesticate it, like we do as in general as human beings? Is this gonna be the next like $1 million dog?
I don't know.
To fucking like pimp it out this DNA.
I'm really interested.
You know, because like you could still have different wolves, you know, kick out pups, and then now you got its own fucking breed happening, and then what? You're gonna start selling some pups here. So are we gonna potentially see some chick walking a dire wolf down the fucking road?
Yeah, Colossal Biosciences, a company based in Dallas, Texas, says it successfully birthed 3 dire wolves, a species that once roamed North America but has been extinct for more than 12,500 years. Like, but like, why is
really?
The
skull they went. They got that DNA.
And then are they bringing back the dodo? The company partnered with conservationists at the Mauritian Wildlife Foundation in hopes of one day bringing back the bird to the African island. As with the dire wolf, Colossal Biosciences researchers plan to use close living relatives of the dodo, the Nicobar pigeon, to bring the recreated dodo back to life. But like, why? Like, you know what I mean? And like, to what end is like, they're just bringing it back just because they can? Like,
hey, let's, I guess, get get this bird back to its natural place.
Like, what?
It needs to come back to the ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, these fluffy white wolves explain
yeah.
everything wrong with bringing back extinct animals 6 hours ago.
It's literally...
It seems like a pretty recent thing.
Oh, yeah, it happened. Like, when I was doing the research for the whole Live Nation, Can of Worms, and the whole, what we were just now talking about and dabbling into, this was, like, also happening, and I was like, this is nuts. This is, like, nuts and cool. Because I just immediately thought Jurassic Park. It was like, oh, fuck. You know, here it goes.
They even said that the wolves were actually gestated in the womb of a domestic dog.
Oh, shit. Well, I take that back. I lied.
Which is crazy.
I thought it was a wolf.
Well, I mean, this is just according to a random article, but
right.
You know, so believe none of what you hear and have what you see. But
right.
This
company, shit happened.
Yeah, I mean, and too long didn't read this because it was like, I'm pretty sure the point of this article is trying to be like, yeah, why even bring it back? Like, what's the point?
What is the main point? Why?
Yeah, is
this just a flex to say, hey, let's do this, let's try? But out of all the animals in the world, why this dire wolf? And it's like, I get it, man. Wolves are cool, but like, isn't there like other wolves that went extinct that should come back? Like, especially if you're from Texas, you know, like some of the North American wolves, some of the native wolves that were here, you know, like let's try to reherd the buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
let's
like
bring back some of our natural animals that have went on that unfortunate extinct list.
Yeah, bring back something that makes sense. And apparently, I remember seeing something.
But a dodo bird, a big ass dodo bird. We've all heard about it, but now we get to actually probably sometime soon see a dodo bird. Yeah, a live dodo bird.
For what purpose? I don't know, but it.
Don't do dinosaurs.
A flightless bird is... The dodo bird was a flightless bird native to the island of Mauritius. I don't know.
Yeah, it's some big dumb bird is what they said. It's always been...
Yeah.
You're a dodo bird. It's like, because you're kind of stupid. Is what the joke of it was.
I guess they went extinct because of just obvious natural selection reasons. And, you know...
But then they had to rebuild that habitat. Is it sustainable to support it? Because it went extinct one time. Now you're bringing it back for secondary failure.
The thing can't fly away. It's like a sloth or a panda bear, where you're just like, these things can't really do much for themselves.
Yeah.
But apparently there's news that I think something about like being able to transplant somebody's head onto somebody else's body. Have you seen this?
That's nuts. No. Bro, that is crazy.
Like, what would
that is crazy.
What was it?
That's mind blowing.
Attaching the a head to another body human. Like, I wonder
attaching the head to the body. No.
Yeah. So don't quote me.
To a different body.
Like Frankenstein type stuff.
Oh, shit.
A head transplant or full body transplant is an experimental surgical operation involving the grafting of one's organism's head onto the body of another. I mean, can a head be replanted? No, a head transplant has not been performed on a human. Okay, well, you know.
But some poor animal got a fucking treatment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, they definitely tested on animals.
Got a fucked up treatment, and we don't condone this. But damn,
like
bro.
A centaur?
Yeah, like, look, Ma, I finally got a horse dick.
Yeah,
kind of no, but then that's even more fucked up because now, the dawn of cyborgs. Because I'll be down to be a cyborg. Give me some like part robot shit.
Yo, Terminator.
Fuck it. God. Fuck with me.
The juggernaut has arrived.
This is not a glass eye. It's like some microscope shit.
And a laser beam.
And of course.
Yeah, always laser beam eyes.
Check out my funky dance moves.
Yeah.
Meaning the robot.
Oh my god. What would be one thing that you would bring back from extinction?
Man, I'd have to look at that list, man. Like, what animals are extinct? I mean, it's sad, you know, so but definitely whatever animal made the list this year. You know, probably some whale, probably some. You know, I like my ocean animals, so definitely some type of whale.
Yeah, whale would be
Like
cool.
someone's like getting mad poached.
Yeah, exactly. Something that's being mad
Some
poached.
dope ass bird. You know, like
Yeah.
definitely rhinos and elephants. You know, like would be, hey, let's try to like. Let's herd these motherfuckers up, but like, yeah, I can't really want those to go extinct. But definitely, probably like the newest one, I guess, would be have to be like the black rhino down in Africa, because you know they were getting their horns cut off and shit, like
Yikes.
getting poached. You know, but like, yeah, I think it was like the black rhino. That'd be like the newest one. I'd be like, yo, man, let's bring that motherfucker back any way possible. Go to the Africa Serengeti and hopefully find a skull. But yeah,
Yeah.
what would you do?
Man, I'm trying to think, and it's hard, like, because as I look at this list, I don't really know any of these extinct animals. All I just say is, like, try to make sure that the bees don't go extinct, because we've been hearing about
I like
that.
honey. I like honey. You like honey?
Yeah, like, they need...
And they help with the eco, like, though, they help with the damn everything, man.
Exactly.
Like, it's literally, yeah, we would be fucked, bro. Fruits, vegetables, like the whole, yeah, it's actually kind of scary. Because, like, I was back when it was, like, making little news and wave, and I wish it would got more attention of it and, like, how serious it is. But it's like, dude, if they go, like, we're slowly going to go.
Yeah, and...
Because if we can't help pollinate and, like, redo and, like, do their job, like, bro, we're fucked. It's not just about honey. It's also the revegetation of, like, some of this shit. And it's,
so
like,
right.
the whole abundance of life would it'd be that we think a fragile link, but it would be like the main link that would fucking slowly, over time, we would definitely be our demise. Like, we're fucked.
Exactly.
It would be grocery, like food would be scarce.
I'm pretty sure
it would be the end of fucking all doneness, especially water.
Yeah.
Once the water supplies get like hard to come by, man, to control the water, like, yeah, bees are gone. Like, yo, bro, it would be a madhouse of desperation and hunger, and like, bro, it would be, yeah, some crazy stuff, man.
I'll tell you what.
Some Wild West shit. Some post-apocalyptic shit.
Yeah. I can't tell you what I would want to bring out of Extinction, but one thing I would put into Extinction, if it was possible, is mosquitoes. I mean, come on.
Sure,
like, mosquitoes,
yeah.
or like no-see-em gnats, even those I could do. If that doesn't...
That's our state bird.
I know, literally, the mosquito, South Carolina state bird. If there was a way that we could... that the ecosystem wouldn't, like, collapse over time without, like, mosquitoes or no-see-ems, then I would want to do without those and extinct those.
Yeah.
But
make those very scarce.
Yeah, like,
yeah,
let's...
non-existent to, yeah, all of it, yeah.
But of course, you know, they all play their role, and at the same time, we're doing all right without whatever has extinct in the past, but those aren't quite the same. Like, a bee is way more important than losing the Irish elk, because, or the woolly mammoth. Like, life can go on without the woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Or the dodo bird,
Yeah, I was like, sucks to be you.
Is one,
Like, yeah, it really sucks to be you. But they're going to bring it back. As well as the Macedon.
Like, the most useless thing to bring back is, okay, what's the most useless bird that it recently existed? The dodo bird? All right, let's bring it back. Said only them? Like,
but
what?
We're not going to rebuild the whole section and, like, make the habitat better for them.
It's going to be like...
Because it's still going to be survival of the fittest. They're going to go back out there to that area and get fucking killed again.
Unless they just domesticate them into house pets. Like, a dodo bird is like the new, like...
The new canary.
Dog or like cat.
The new parrot.
Yeah.
Just got this big ass bird just chilling. Just looking. Yeah.
Just looking all stupid. Just, oh my God. And it's like a flex if you have a dodo bird.
But what if the dodo bird could talk though?
Yeah.
Because we haven't even like had one. So, or like know about it. So like, what if they're kind of not dumb and like, they could like repeat words and shit. Or like the mockingjays. That like can fucking... is actually kind of smart, like study your patterns and shit, and like
some parrots
can do some shit.
Some
and
birds
it's like,
can.
No shit.
like, you know, when you're like kind of scrolling on Instagram sometimes, and like next thing you know, you come across a video of a bird that's like really able to like sing a little song or like repeat a phrase, numerous phrases. You're just like, how in the world, like this bird is saying like
the repetitive, like all these lines.
Yeah, like
That's
I love you, mama. I'm your little baby bird.
Yeah,
like
that's like one of the reasons why I wanted to have like a pet parrot, was to get it to say like all this crazy shit. Oh, fuck you. You know, like, yeah. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Like, just
oh my god,
all the random shit, or try to teach it cool stuff. Normally, mine would probably just I wouldn't want to know what would come out that parrot's mouth half the time. A lot of fucks. Fuck you.
Well, it's about that time. We've gone for about like a little over an hour. Talked about ticket scalping and animals being extinct. Drop a comment below. I want y'all's opinion on scalping and extinct animals. What animal would you want extinct, or what animal would you want to bring out of extinction? And yeah, please let us know. And yeah, dude, I want to thank you again.
Yeah, bro, it was fun.
It's been a
we
time.
had to do this more often, man. Like, my little time doing this, but like get a little bit more comfortable, saying some shit,
Exactly.
doing some research. But
we'll have to have a part two about this, because
or I'm gonna start my own show, man.
Or do that and have
or
me
I'm
on.
gonna start my own shit.
Or do that.
Get high and talk about random shit. I think that we'll probably have to do that.
Go for it. I mean,
the film's on the show, but like, I'm gonna have to probably. Yeah, we'll link up and do some other shit.
We'll make it a thing to have a part two later down the line, maybe 6 months from now, where it's like, hey, let's see where the ticket scalping problem has.
Yeah, definitely gonna follow the
how much improvement.
Follow all this. Yeah, definitely gonna, because I too am a music fan. You know, and it's also you as a musician, man. It's gonna impact you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like these are decisions. Like this is like some crossroads shit, bro. Like you try to be on the up and up. You're gonna get probably bought. I mean,
I'm not
hustle
at
by
that
any means.
point. Yeah.
Hustle by any means, kid.
I'm not
at the end of this. Like, we are dipping out. But like,
tickets gouged.
Homie to homie, like, you're gonna have to like, even like potential future like of doing a show. You know, like this. You know, like
it's a problem I'd like to have. Yeah, because like right now, obviously it's like. Nobody knows about me, but like, so it's just one of those things.
Just in theory, bro. Like,
I know in theory, yeah.
Like, because even when I was like doing my own shit, it was like, what if I make it fucking big? Like, this is the shit that I have to deal with.
I would be taking an initiative to help solve it. Like I said,
especially someone that's like multi-talented musician, bro. Like you're doing your punk rock shit, you know, your DJ stuff, and it's just like. Man, you know, you're kind of still underground. Like, underground maybe still be the way to go of still making money, bro.
Yeah.
ICP proved it. You know, a lot of underground kids proved it. Is this going to be still the re-emergence of underground music, where underground is always where it's been, where you hear the new shit? And do you stay true to the underground? Because we all know, like, the corporate system of big record labels, you know, is controlling as fuck. So you as an artist, man, have to probably stay privatized and do your shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to stay. What we're saying is, I'm saying like, stay true to the underground. You know, at the end of the day, like I love it. Yeah, like seriously, I wouldn't. We're gonna monitor the whole ticket Live Nation shit. I would do my best to avoid that problem altogether. Yeah, and like believe me, let's keep things underground and like I don't even know, man. Like just what a way to end it, right? It's so hard to say. Like I'm at a loss for words when it gets to a certain point, because it's just like how really upsetting. I can't. This problem to me personally, it's like I'm so far detached from that being a problem for me, but I'm still here as a consumer, very interested in trying to understand how to solve it on behalf of these artists and everybody, more or less on behalf of other customers, other fans, like, because we're the ones that are getting the short end of the stick at the end of the day. The artists are still getting money, the venues are still getting money, the scalpers are still getting money, the fans are the only ones that are not really benefiting anything from this, and they don't really care. So we just got to enjoy our shows and then see where it goes. So, man, I got to make better music. But yeah, thanks again, dude. Bump it up, man. Do it.
And y'all stay posted. We'll have a follow-up episode here soon enough once the can gets kicked down the road enough. We'll see where it's at and come at y'all with a part 2. And yeah, it's your first time on the podcast, but it's not your last time, my guy.
Yeah, man, definitely, dude. We appreciate it. We definitely have fun. And yeah, man, we'll go from there.
All right, y'all.
Keep it trill.
Keep it trill. The Pursuit of Sound podcast is proudly brought to you in part by our sponsor, Zest Vodka. Zest is designed for people like us who love to have a good time, but without that terrible morning after regret. Okay? Zest started with an idea to make a healthier shot option. The market's flooded with high alcohol, sugar heavy products, let's face it, promoting a culture of excessive drinking. But Zest knows we want a more genuine, transparent, and healthier choice without sacrificing taste or experience. So after Zest studied consumer preferences and existing brands, they dug deep into better ingredients. So Zest boasts proudly half the alcohol content, but don't get us wrong, significantly less sugar and 0 artificial additives commonly found in traditional shot brands. All right, crafting Zest Vodka was not about introducing just another shot brand. It's more about sculpting an experience. You know, an indulgence-free drink that upholds the pinnacle of taste and quality. They stand to revolutionize the shot market, guiding it towards a brighter, healthier, and more transparent future. Yes, Zest Vodka. So please join us poolside, surrounded by friends, and enjoy Zest Vodka, crafted for everyone seeking a healthier choice. Drink responsibly.